Are we heading for another foreclosure crisis? I'm Jack Hamilton with the Hamilton Realty Group, and today I wanted to talk with you a bit about this. I've been hearing rumors, and of course you've probably been seeing on social media, that we are heading for another foreclosure crisis similar to 2008. And of course that makes sense. We've had a massive amount of unemployment. The government has issued forbearance for a lot of people. So it would be safe to assume that that is what's going to happen, particularly for those of you that really felt the effects of that during 2008. But we all know what assume means. And if you don't, you can just Google it. So today what I want to do is share with you some facts and figures from some trusted real estate experts about why now is not like 2008. So I'm going to share some slides with you from Keeping Current Matters, but most importantly too, I just saw a quote from Ivy Zellman, who is one of the people we follow, who is one of the foremost in the real estate and mortgage industry as far as experts out there. And she actually just quoted that there is a less than 0% chance that that's going to happen. So let's go ahead and take a look at these graphs. So let's take a look at these three graphs I mentioned so that we can prove that we are not heading for another foreclosure crisis. The biggest thing that caused the crash of 2008 was the fact that so many people had cashed out of their home. They had taken what was called a home equity loan by refinancing. And as this graph shows, that peaked 05, 06, 07, and then of course the market crashed in 08. So the unique condition that led to that collapse was due in part to cash out in equity. And most of these folks were buying like new cars and toys and things of that had no value. A few of them, during that time, we actually worked with a group of investors from California. They were actually doing cash out refis and then purchasing property in our marketplace, which was great for us. But then when the market crashed for them, it created a problem. So today's market looks totally different, and there is an abundance of equity. Looking at this next graph, we can see that those who requested forbearance, nearly 44% of them have either paid off their mortgages or opted out. It also shows that of all the homeowners in forbearance, the 5,760,000 families that were granted forbearance, of all those, only 80,000 are in risk of moving forward into foreclosure. To drive this point forward, I'd like to get a quote from Mike Frattantoni, Senior Vice President and Chief Economist at the Mortgage Bankers Association. Mike said this: nearly 2/3 of borrowers who have exited forbearance remain current on their payments. They've repaid their forborne payments or moved into a payment deferral plan. All of these borrowers have been able to resume or continue their pre-pandemic monthly payments. This last graph I want to show you kind of helps bring it all together. After the 2008 financial collapse, we saw the worst foreclosure crisis in history. The market was flooded with homes that had defaulted on their mortgage payments, spiking all the way up to over 500,000 at the peak in 2008. Today, we are looking at a much different story. According to Black Knight, 91% of homeowners in forbearance have at least 11% equity in their homes. While that may not seem like a big number, that much equity means that rather than foreclosure, those homeowners can not only sell their homes, but walk away with some gains from it. So in conclusion, I hope that these graphs and this information gives you a little bit of peace of mind that now is not like 2008. As always, if you have any questions about real estate, any concerns about what's going on in the market, please reach out to myself or one of our team members. We may not have all the answers, but I can assure you that we have the resources to find the answers and get back to you. So hopefully this information is helpful, and I'll be talking to you again soon.